how the hell do you even start like a 10-minute data essay?
So I think the first word should be so.
Yeah, I think that's it. That's gotta be it.
So, we all know the classic campfire story. Nintendo and Sony worked together on a proposed CD-ROM peripheral compatible with the big Nintendo console at the time, the Super Nintendo. They had made prototypes for the Super Disc, also known as the PlayStation. Development and the run-up to launch was going smoothly, all until one fateful event, the Consumer Electronics Show in 1989. Howard Lincoln takes the stage with what is said to be one of the greatest betrayals in human history.
Hi everybody, I'm Howard Lincoln. I'm sure many of you here are excited to hear about the new Nintendo PlayStation. And I'm excited to tell you that Nintendo has instead officially decided to partner with Philips!
Shock gasp. This episode of Love Island just got so much more interesting. After this embarrassing, messy breakup, Sony decided to take all their R&D from working with Nintendo on their PlayStation and turn that into its own 32-bit console. Didn't even change the name. Who gives a shit? The ball now being in Nintendo's court, they make the interesting decision to stick with cartridges for their next console.
It's me, Mario!
The Nintendo 64, or the N64 for short, was one of the first 64-bit consoles on the market. Being the next major competitor in the 5th generation of gaming consoles, Nintendo made a name for themselves by launching a cartridge-based console in a time where CD-ROMs were becoming the norm. Because of this conveniently restricting decision, the N64 has an almost paradoxical identity when viewed through the lens of Marshall McLuhan's 4 Laws of Media. For those who are unfamiliar, Marshall McLuhan was a Canadian philosopher who had insights on human invention and progress that at the time earned him the title Oracle of the Electric Age. One of McLuhan's greatest contributions to social epistemology would be his 4 Laws of Media: enhancement, obsolescence, retrieval, and reversal. The idea was that you could use these laws as a guide in questioning and thoughtfully investigating the effects of new media. So let's kick it like it's 89 and lift our magnifying glass to the freshest, raddest gaming console on the market, the N64. The N64, being an entertainment console, serves as an extension of recreational activity, or as mental stimulation. It also helps with community and building shared experience, enhancing our quality of life, helping keep our mind healthy, and aiding our innate desire for human connection. As mentioned, the N64 was one of the first 64-bit consoles, allowing for many improvements. But most importantly for us right now, higher memory limits, and thus faster loading speeds. This made the N64 an early adopter of 64-bit processing in a home gaming system, being one of the first dominoes in rendering 32-bit processing obsolete. Remember how I mentioned that the N64 was sort of paradoxical in nature? The contradiction lies with the advancement in processing development, but sticking with the choice to continue using cartridges. Especially in a market entirely filled up with CD-ROM consoles, the Red Giant stood alone with their cartridge-based system. Nintendo today still being the only major gaming company relying on cartridges for their systems. It's hard not to recognize the N64 as the beginning of Nintendo's eternal retrieval of the not-quite-dead-yet cartridges. Because of our cartridge-based system, glitch hunters and artists alike had found a way to corrupt code in very consistent ways using a new technique called cartridge tilting. Cartridge tilting is performed when you're successfully able to disconnect the AD pins 1, 2, 13, 14, and 15 on the cartridge without disconnecting your power. This allows the game to still run, but now the console will be unable to pull any data from the cartridge through those channels, giving you a wide variety of gameplay oddities. Because top-loading consoles date as far back as at least the NES, released in 1983, it's hard to pinpoint the exact discovery of this technique. However, the most popular results have come from tilting N64 titles. One of the first videos that arguably popularized the technique in a modern era is Gidon, or more commonly, Get Down, posted on a Japanese video hosting site, Nico Nico Doga, in 2007. This video shows multiple different clips of the game GoldenEye 007 that jarringly get interrupted by the chorus of Promise, a song by Komi Hirose, with chaos falling over the gameplay. The silly short video sparked many derivatives, referencing the meme and getting more eyes interested on how to mimic these crazy results shown in Gidon. On September 7th of 2010, the YouTube channel Juducible uploaded a video titled Day4.wmv. As the first installation of a multimedia horror story surrounding the idea of a Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask cartridge picked up at a shady garage sale that ends up being haunted by a ghost named Ben. This project told its story through journal entries that each had a complementary gameplay video to help illustrate the effects of the specter. Each video has a sort of eerie, quiet feeling that would lead even the most unfamiliar viewers into a feeling of unease. A feeling that would grow as our ghost increases in energy. Before you know it, our player character starts becoming distorted and broken in a somewhat familiar way. Now, it's hard to know if Juducible was inspired directly by Gidon, but needless to say, the niche internet glitch had reached a wider audience than it ever intended. What started as an obscure video on a Japanese video site became a demonstration of one of the most accessible forms of glitch art technique we have seen, being a total reversal of the Nintendo 64's intended use case. Bet you thought I forgot about McLuhan. I could never forget about McLuhan. Fulfilling our final puzzle piece in the train of thought first boarded by Marshall McLuhan many years ago, we have arrived at our destination with a better understanding of the N64 as a tool for new media. Nearly a decade after its initial launch, it's evolved to help glitch artists get their hands dirty with live code disruption, and to allow new ways to interact with our favorite gaming worlds, with limits only as far as you can tilt the cartridge. Thank you for joining me on this media expedition. I hope you can join me again sometime. Until then, I've been Avarice, and this has been the Prima Guide. Grim morning, grim afternoon, and grim night.